2025. Can I get a roll call?
Diane?
Yes, here.
Herb?
Here.
Hillary?
Here.
Jody?
Here.
Jeff, yes. Kim?
Here.
Rebecca?
Here.
Carly?
Here.
Jan?
Here.
Coy?
Here. All right, let's stand for the pledge.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
All right, next up is DHS student report.
Hello everyone, I'm Cooper Aquilina,
And I'm Sam Shell.
and this is your student report.
New marking period started this past week. AP tests, testimony has been due, last Wednesday. Sophomores went to the job expo today in Novi. Sorry, they would go tomorrow. NHS leaf raking, service hours happened. They did it for a lady who was trying to sell her property. SHH went to the elementary school, and read to the little kids. Yearbook has deadlines for kindergarten pictures for the seniors and senior quotes. And the STEM is doing the cockroach surgeries for the sophomores.
And Thanksgiving break is next week, so we're almost there. So for sports, everything's kind of just getting started. Boys basketball, we have a scrimmage tomorrow at Imlay City, all 3 levels. And we had a bake sale a couple weeks ago, and that raised some pretty good money at Beaky's. Girls basketball's trials start the 19th and 20th. Swim and dive, their practice start after Thanksgiving break. Wrestling, their trials start this week. Competitive cheer, their practice already started the other day. Bowling, they're still in tryouts, and ice hockey just lost to Heartland 1-3 this week. For Stuco, so we came back from our Camp Coquina trip. It was very good Stuco bonding. You know, we get to know some of the younger kids, and we did a couple of games focused on team building. So that was a really good opportunity to get to know each other and finally get closer together, be more like a family. We're very heavy in our charity week planning right now. Our charity this year is Angels of Hope, and their main mission is providing critical support for Michigan families impacted by cancer. Our charity week will be December 8th to the 12th. And some of our activities that are going on that week are a jailbreak to spend an hour in gym or a different class for $5. Our Tuesday event is PJs and Donuts, $1 to wear PJs, $2 for a donut, and we'll be going around from class to class. On Wednesday, it's $1 for popcorn, and we will be delivering that to class. On Thursday, it's rent to Stuco / Link Crew member. So we'll be bid on, and then we will spend half the day with whoever bid on us. And we can just do whatever they want, like if they want us to carry their stuff for them, we'll do that, whatever they want. And then on Friday, it's donate to buy pie a teacher. So what we'll do is we'll bid on teachers, and the teacher who raised the most money will get pie by 3 different students, and that'll be 1 for each lunch. Our service committee, they just had an OSEF can drive. We collected the cans last week. And OSEF just picked up all the goods on Thursday, and that's just our truckload. So pretty good turnout. And our other part of our service project is alarm bags. And we had a guest speaker today, Institute Council, and they kind of showed us how to do the project. It's a little hard to explain, but it involves some cutting of the bags, and the goal is to make one big bag for floods, and we give the bags to our people in need of flood relief and areas of need. Our fundraising committee is planning a lock-in at Harvey Swanson on December 12th, and our committee involvement committee is planning some half-court shots in our upcoming basketball games. And that's all we have for you guys. Any questions? All right.
Thank you. Next up is superintendent report.
Nice job, gentlemen. Thank you. All right, it is my pleasure to introduce the principal of Harvey Swanson Elementary School and the dean of students, Ms. Jessica Hevel and Ms. Nicole Fowden, for our presentation this evening.
Well, we are excited to be back to share all the fabulous things happening at Herbie Swanson. I just want to reintroduce Dr. Valley. I know Mrs. Stone did. So she's not new to Brandon, but new to Herbie. So she's been digging into all this stuff as well. And a quick shout out to Jessica Bannister for helping gather all this information as well. So last year, it was about a year ago that I was up in front of you, and we talked about our strategic plan. And we targeted primarily the culture and climate goal 1 and teaching and learning goal 1. So today, a year later, it's really fun to come back and start sharing some of the data to show you now, after we've made these shifts, what a difference it's making.
So this is the fidelity of implementation. It's called TFI. It's a tiered fidelity inventory that we do with Oakland schools, and we focused primarily on the PBIS systems. In the black, you'll see is 23-24, and then in the blue is 24-25. So you'll see with some of the PBIS systems we put in place, you see the increase. And then the next one here is Renaissance Fundamentals. This was just introduced in the spring of last year. It's a survey for students to take, a student perception survey, where students can look at the safety, the belonging, and the confidence that they have within Herbie Swanson Elementary. And you'll see down at the bottom, 91.5% had positive feelings about school, 94.6 preparedness for learning, and then learner self-worth was 88.6, and then we had 77.3 for response to learn.
Those are all really high positive numbers for the fundamental survey, so we're excited that now taking that for the second time this year, that we're seeing those numbers stay pretty steady. That picture up in the corner is a recent assembly we had at basketball gym coming to visit Herbie. He takes our Hawk traits and turns them into an assembly. He's pretty amazing, and a shout out to BGYA for sponsoring that again for us this year. So now we're going to give you the fun numbers. So we're looking at positive climate and the impact that our PBIS work is having at Herbie Swanson. One of the things that we looked at was just behavior calls. So we do random walkie-talkie days at Herbie Swanson, and we just jot down the calls that teachers or staff members are making and why. So if we look at fall of 2024, the average call was about 24 calls a day that we are getting called for support or student need. This fall of 2025, we're down to about 8 a day. So you've seen about a 67% reduction in the amount of calls for behavior support for students. So we contribute just our work with PBIS, having those school-wide initiatives and behavior expectations, and the great work that our teachers are doing to stay really consistent with PBIS. Our admin team was trained in restorative practices, and then our ancillary staff was trained as well. So with this work, with restorative practice work and PBIS, we've seen a reduction in total suspension days compared to previous years. So we just looked up into this point. Compared this year to last year, we saw a 45% reduction in days and a decrease in the number of students receiving suspensions. So 38% decrease in those suspensions as well. And the biggest thing bolded down there, of course, is just the impact that we know of students being in school is where we need them to be. So the less lost instructional time is really important here. Within the last 2 to 3 years, we've had a pretty significant shift in special education, the model in the elementary schools. And with that, Herbie Swanson houses our special education program resource room that has some of our most difficult students behaviorally. I've been just so impressed, I can't say enough good things about the relationship between special ed and gen ed and the growth that we've seen. I think something that's really important when you walk into Herbie Swanson now, it's hard to tell if a staff member is gen ed or special ed or if the students are, because we're always supporting each other. That's a really great thing. I think we can all agree that that's really where we want to be. But if we look primarily at our students that are in our most, in our resource room, where we're doing a lot of this work, that those students in that classroom are spending 79% or more of their day in gen ed. Which we couldn't say a few years ago. So while they're getting that support, they're in gen ed still for most of their day. We've seen a 90% reduction in seclusion and restraint over the last 3 years. Well, that's not a number we like talking about. It's a reality that we deal with in education. So that decrease is really exciting, and I'm proud to say, standing here today, that that number is at 0 this year. We we can't talk about PBS SEL without acknowledging Emmett. He is obviously a really valued part of our team. He is so well loved. He is incredible to watch in action when students are having a hard time. He will walk them back to class. He has lots of jobs. He has a schedule that he follows every day with our social workers, one of our gen ed pairs, and one of our special ed pairs. So he's a very busy boy. And then middle picture, you can tell he takes his job very seriously. And lastly, this is just what we're doing to sustain the momentum. So we're not done yet, and we know we want to keep going. So some of the things that we're looking at, especially with that tiered fidelity inventory, is looking at our tier 1 professional learning, particularly how we onboard new staff members to kind of get them up to pace with the stuff that we're doing with the PBIS work. Continue to look at our data review protocols. Data is in everything that we're doing, particularly this year. It's part of every conversation that we're having and every PD that we're doing with staff. Continue with our tier 2 behavior interventions, our family engagement, and lastly, that sustainability planning. So now that we've got these great things going, we want to make sure that they're really systematic and not people dependent. So we're still working on putting a lot of those systems in place. But it's exciting to see the growth that we're making. We're very proud of it. Do you have any questions?
I do have a comment.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, comes from a very qualified person. Miss Fran has reported that the kids that are showing up for Steps and Stories and her kids' programs, that the Hawk traits are working, and she's seeing it, and I think she's got the words or the whatever it is there to help out. But when she says she's seeing it, it's not just in your buildings, it's going outside your buildings too.
Exciting. And we're doing a lot of cross-building work now, which has been really fun. We've got some great events planned with some of the middle schoolers. They've already been in our building, but our third graders are heading to the high school in a couple weeks, so we're doing a lot of cross-building work involving those traits as well.
Love it. I love that. I feel like this definitely correlates with the data you gave us last month at this meeting, and it's all been amazing and encouraging to see. So we just appreciate you and all your hard work and the hard work of your staff.
Well, I have a great team. They're pretty amazing. So thank you very much.
All right, and at this time, I'd like to introduce Ms. Diane Seltzer, who's going to share some information relative to the Brandon Groveland Youth Assistance SOAR Budget Grant.
Okay, I wanted to report and announce that the Brandon Groveland Youth Assistance selected and is in the process of rewarding 8 applicants with SOAR Above It grant money. And the 8 are Fuji, which does great programs that they provide for our students over at Clarkston Lakes and Sashabaw Meadows. The Brandon High School's Hawk Time Challenge Winter Field Trip. The Brandon School Latchkey Program. The new STEAM after-school classes at both Harvey and Oakwood Elementary Schools. Oakwood Elementary Stories That Build Us project. The Ortonville Cub Scout Pack 135, Brandon High School Student Council Mental Health Week activities, and I'm going to say this was put in from one of the students there, and I would tell everybody, you guys need to talk to him if you want to know how to apply for a grant. This kid was spot on. And then last but not never least, Oakwood Elementary's Peer Buddy program. The SOAR Above It grants are funded by the opioid settlements and remediation initiative funds received through Brandon Township. These funds received are intended for use on education, care, treatment, remediation, and abatement programs. The mission of BGYA is to strengthen youth and families and to reduce the incidence of delinquency, abuse, and neglect through community involvement. BGYA is about providing casework services, prevention programs, and resources for our at-risk students and their families, all geared towards helping families turn their situation around. BGYA, and I can say this unless he objects or they object over there, is honored to sponsor the SOAR Above It grant. We are very touched on the school district and the community members who can use SOAR Above It grant money for programs
that work at preventing kids from making bad decisions, especially when it comes to opioid use. And I just want to say, I personally love the collaboration that the Brandon School District has with BGYA and vice versa. And sitting here as the president of or the chair of BGYA, Bob MacArthur, and our secretary Shelby, but I'm just very amazed at what they've been able to do with this organization. Thank you.
All right, next up is approval of consent agenda.
Move the Brandon Board of Education approve the consent agenda as presented.
Second.
Any discussion?
Was that Jody?
Yes.
Second by Jody.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Any discussion? Can I get a roll call vote?
Diane,
Yes.
Herb,
Yes.
Hillary,
Yes.
Jody,
Yes.
Kim,
Yes.
Rebecca.
Yes. All right, next up is information discussion items, board report. I'll start with, Jody and I had the privilege of attending the, Michigan Association of School Board Annual Leadership Conference in late October, and we spent 4 days doing CBAs, which are, board classes to help further educate us as board members. I focused on leadership, and there were several breakout sessions, and Jody and I laughed because, you know, she wasn't sure what to expect, and I said, it's like camp, Jody. Like, we are up early and we are busy till late. So we were busy the whole time, and it was, I think my favorite part is definitely collaborating with other board members. It was a great experience. It was Jody's first time, it was my third, so she has a little bit she wants to share.
And so, it was my first time. It was very enlightening, and I learned actually a lot. And I focused on finance. I'm trying to get my finance certification. I think I have 2 more classes left in that arena for finance. So I'll definitely go next year. And I do, second what Rebecca said, it's nice to collaborate and talk to other school boards around the area and in the state of Michigan about what's going on in their districts and the interesting projects they're working on. So, and I thought it was interesting too that several school boards had like almost all their members there, and it seemed pretty nice to work together. Like we sat with the Pontiac School District, their school board, and they had almost every member there, so it was interesting. Nope, I don't have anything else.
Okay.
But thank you for the privilege to go and represent the school board.
All right, next up is action items, the HR report.
Move the Brandon Board of Education approve the Human Resources Report as presented.
Second.
Any discussion? Can I get a roll call vote?
Diane,
Yes.
Herb,
Yes.
Hillary,
Yes.
Jody,
Yes.
Jeff, yes. Kim,
Yes.
Rebecca.
Yes. All right, next is citizens input. All right, I'm just gonna move this really quick for public comments. When addressing the board, please recognize yourself by stating your name. Each statement shall be limited to 3 minutes. You can only speak once. The statement shall be directed at the board only. Generally, the board will not respond to public comments during the meeting. Speakers are asked to express themselves in a civil manner with due respect for dignity and privacy of others who may be affected by your comments. To ensure due process and respect of individual rights, the district maintains a formal process for handling complaints against individuals. A problem involving an individual or specific incident is best handled through administrative channels. Such matters should be reduced to writing and sent to the superintendent or the board president. While it is not our intent to stifle public comments, speakers should be aware that if your statements violate the rights of others under the law of defamation or invasion of privacy, you may be held legally responsible. If you are unaware of the legal ramifications of what you are about to say, we urge you to consult first with your legal advisor. The board wants to hear what people want to say. We expect each speaker will model for our students and others in the audience and how one can respectfully disagree with others' views or voice an opinion or ask questions. So I have Ian Scribner.
Hi, good evening. Ian Scribner. Again. Sorry. So I just wanted to address the board, I guess, again, on the topic I brought up last month, which was plus 20. I guess the reason for bringing it up is just frustration, I guess, and lack of communication on the topic, and just to try to understand or bring some closure to the topic. Back in September, I had the opportunity to have coffee with Carly, bring up the specific topic on the safety and our concern not only as a family, but as a neighborhood, as well as kind of the area that our bus route is within. Coming out of that meeting, it was understood that there would be some communication back, that the issue would be looked into, and getting communication back to myself. I reached back out 2 weeks after that communication. Still haven't received any communication from administration on the topic. Last month, I also brought it to the board's attention, hoping for some sort of communication back from the board on the specific topic. And here I am again here in November, just hoping to try to get some sort of communication back from the administration or the board on the specific topic. I did put in last month's agenda that I'd love to be contacted on the topic. Again, I'd love to be contacted on the topic just to understand where we stand as a community, right? We recently asked the community to stand up and participate in our civic duty and vote on some legislation for continuing a grant. I guess I'm just asking for that some respect back and some communication back from the board and the administration. But at least some closure to my family as well as neighborhood on this particular topic. It's not a safe area. The Lieutenant Governor, or the Lieutenant Glover even stated it's not safe. It's not safe for our kids to get to and from, so some communication would be good. That's all I got. Thanks.
Yeah.
Have a great night.
All right, next is, we need to move to closed session, actually, not that I go now.
Moves that the Branch Board of Education entered a closed session for negotiations, safety and security.
Second.
Any discussion? Can I get a roll call vote?
Diane,
Yes.
Herb,
Yes.
Hillary,
Yes.
Jody,
Yes.
Kim,
Yes.
Rebecca.
Yes. All right, we are moving to closed session.
Thank you.